Hello everyone and welcome to episode 33 of the UJPW series here on the channel. It is the Real World Tag League episode. Finally! Man, what a busy week I have had. As far as moving is what caused it to be delayed. And to delay it again was today. Basically what I thought was going to be an easy day on Saturday. To be like, oh, we'll be able to record it, no problem. I was picking up my bed. And it turned into a whole ordeal where I think we left to pick it up at like 1, and we ended up getting it together in the room, set and ready to go by 9 o'clock. So it was just a long day. It was a long day. We had to, just as far as moving it around, and because the headboard wasn't going to fit in the room, and it was a whole mess, an absolute mess. And then the little cherry on top, I load up TEW. I'm like, all right, here we go. We're finally ready to go. We can get it uploaded for Sunday. Loaded up, and the save got corrupted. So I had to recover it, and by, recovering it, obviously it pushed it back a couple of days, and I lost all of the pre-booked stuff, so I had to rebook the goddamn Tag League. So it has been quite a day. Well, it's been quite a week, really, but there is a positive note, though, because I got a new mouse, and it's silent. I can click whatever I want, and y'all cannot hear it. How nice. This has been something I've been needing and wanting for a long time, but the procrastination that I have as far as with tasks like that, like even moving in, I was moved in technically as far as I had all my stuff, that like my clothes and stuff, the week before. Like that's the Saturday, last Saturday, not the yesterday, but the week before Saturday. I just now, on Sunday, the 6th, just got all my clothes put away. It has been a process. And, it's just whenever you're moving, you're like, oh man, it's a new thing, how exciting. But once you're in the thick of the move, you're just like, why the fuck did I do this? But it is what it is. We gotta push on, and like we're gonna push on here for this Real World Tag League. What a tag league we have, though. I'm super excited. I mean, we have, legit, I think we have 10 teams that are absolutely fantastic and have a actual legitimate chance of winning this thing. Obviously, we have our tag team champions, the British Combat Club, who, crazy thing, it was 2 years ago, in the 93 one. Now we just need to be having a silent keyboard. I'll be fucking set. Yeah, they have 4 points in 93. Of course, 92, they were not even in it. And then for 94, they had 9 points. So they jumped from 4 to 9. And to go from 4 to 9 to now being the champions going into it is pretty crazy. Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, of course, they have been around for a good bit now. Masahiro Chono, Kaiji Muto, of course, making their debut in the Tag League. How exciting for them. Looking to get a huge win, potentially, for that Chono and Muto team. Stan Hansen, Dan Spivey, of course, they have been in here since the beginning as well. I think they're probably the only... Oh, that's right, we've had Johnny Ace before that with Stan Hansen. So, I don't know if there's any... If there is a team, it's probably the Can-Am Express, but I think Dan Crawford was hurt one year. Yeah, he was hurt this following year. So it's kind of crazy to think, just looking at the 92 Tag League, there's not a single team on here that is going to be the same, going on from, like, each consecutive year, from 92 to 95. So a 4-year difference in it. We have a completely fresh lineup. A little bit different. Obviously, Terry Gordy not involved, but, Gary Albrine's Dr. Dusty Williams, the Miracle Vines Alliance, and it's, I'm super excited, though, to see how this all plays out. Of course, Holy Demon Army, Miracle Vines Alliance, Misawa and Tiger Mask 3, the Can-Am Express, and the All-Asia Tag Team Champions, Hiroshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki, and Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro, rounding it up. Man, there's some great teams that just missed out on this, though. Headhunters, of course, former All-Asia Tag Team Champions. I think keeping it 10, it benefits the fact of you have to be the best of the best to be a part of this tag league. Instead of doing like 12 teams or 14 teams, like, sure, we could do that and throw every team we have, like the Gladiator Titans in there, and Kobashi and Kikuchi in there as well, but felt like we needed to put on the best of the best. This is what it's all about, to be the best tag team in the world, and you're going to do that by winning this tag league. And, we have a 16-show schedule. Of course, there's going to be 3 main tournament matches, and then we'll try and do... I think we did this last year. We only ran 6 matches. We might actually ran the 8th. I'm just going to double check. Oh, we ended up running 8. So I pre-booked basically 6 matches for each show. So we do have that. So we'll have to add a couple of matches to each show, which is no big deal. We'll take a look at the standings after... We'll go after every 4. Obviously, it's going to be a little wonky because how the schedule's played out. But it's no big deal. You guys will figure out how it's all flowing together anyways. Usually, most of the time, the standings don't really matter until you're at that final, 4 shows. But it's nice to kind of see the progress throughout it. But let me just save it real quick in case something happens. And we'll advance to night 1. Let's get a rocket and rolling. As, of course, our tournament matchups, British Combat Club versus Holy Demon Army. What a match. We have Masao and Tiger Mask 3 and Chono and Muto and Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, as well as a couple other matches as well. Kobashi's going to be on the card. Of course, the Triple Crown champion. He's got a bit of a break, though, after winning the Triple Crown, after winning the Royal Road tournament. We're not going to run Cork in the first night. We will run the Nagoya Congress Center for the first night. Nice. As this is the main, though, British Combat Club, Holy Demon Army. What a win for the British Combat Club, as Norman Smiley is going to beat Toshiaki Kawada. Words I did not think I would utter during this series until now, and it's probably going to be close as far as the rating in that between the two teams. That's going to be a banger. An absolute banger. That shall be. Man, that's a tough one as far as I really like this Masao Tiger Mask 3 Chono Muto match. As Akaiji Muto's going to get the win there. They're going to beat Masao and Tiger Mask 3. That's at 28 minutes. And then Terry Funk, Cactus Jack against Hase, and Kensuke Sasaki, which, of course, the tag team champions have got to fall on the first night. It's the All-Asia Tag Team Champions. They've had a good little run so far, but they're going to run into Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, which is a rematch, of course. They had their match at the Giant Series last month, which was a 94. It's a pretty good match. And they're going to get that win back there. But it's crazy to think. They have now had 3 matches in 95. The TV match, which you guys didn't see. The All-Asia Tag Team title match, obviously. And then now this one. And only just in the past couple of months. But yeah, Cactus Jack going to get the win there. So that will also mean a future title shot for Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. Now, as far as what shall go next, we'll probably go Kobashi Kikuchi against Antonio Inoki and Tatsumi Fujinami, as Kikuchi's going to beat Fujinami there. Oh, that's right. I just now realized Inoki's hurt. Duh. So, yeah, that's no big deal. We'll just have it be Shin Hashimoto. That's fine. Literally no big deal. No big deal. Well, he's got the chronic shoulder pain. It's fine. Fine. Johnny Smith, Masanobu Fuchi. Johnny Smith's going to be Fuchi, though. That's a Steel Show matchup. Obviously, we needed a Steel Show matchup. And then Tenzan and Yuji Nagata. Obviously, the future New Japan stars, but here in 1995. Yuji Nagata still, he's not a young lion anymore. We need to get him some wins. But Tenzan, he is recognizable. He's going to get that win there. And it's a nice little win, though, for Tenzan. And hopefully it's a fun little match. So, our 2 matches we are going to add, we'll probably add another Young Lion matchup. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then just an undercard matchup to get us over the hump. So let's see. Nishimura obviously has been someone we've been wanting to get over the hump. As, yeah, we'll probably have him actually win. See who's a recognizable guy that can put him over. I mean, Doi Funk Jr.'s right there. Baba. Yeah, we'll probably just go Baba. We'll sacrifice ourselves for the greater good. It's Nishimura gonna get the win. That match is gonna suck ass, though, so we'll have that be the opener. Which is no big deal. I guess it's fine. Completely fine. Yeah, Baba's fucking pissed. Oh well. About dealing with the long term, as far as, not the long term, just dealing with a long matchup. We might just go with a regular tag. Let's see here. Do love the Tactical Tactician squad. Would be nice to see them get a win here. Yeah, we'll go with Damien and Vampiro. Fun little match, though. So Damien and Vampiro beat them during the Excite Series tour back in February. Nice to give them a win back, you know, for Sho Funaki and Minoru Tanaka. So we'll have Funaki beat Damien. Could be a pretty good match. To be honest, we'll keep it at 18, too. We'll give him some time. That can go at least after the first 2 singles matches. And it'll follow Fuchi. Or it'll go before Fuchi. Johnny Smith. There we gotta change the time. 2:30. Perfect. Oh, I'm just gonna make sure this is, I'm assuming it, yeah, okay. So we're good to go. First night, let's run it. 47 for the opener, yep. It was bad, but Nishimura with a 55, though. So there's a positive. Bob, of course, has to be booked better. Tenzan, getting the win with the Tenzan Tombstone Driver. And 941 is a 53 for Tenzan, 45 for Nagato. 69, nice for the junior tag match of Technical Tactician Squad. As the Tactical Tactician Squad get the win over Damien and Vampiro. As Sean captured for Sho Funaki over Vampiro, or over Damien, rather. I was just reading Vampiro's ending performance while I said that, but, yeah, Vampiro with a 68, 64 for Funaki, 61 for Minoru Tanaka. It's a good match. Good. I mean, that junior tag division is pretty solid. Johnny Smith beating Masaru Fuchi with the Death Valley Bomb in a match that gets a 74. It's a good little match. Smith with a 70, 66 for Fuchi. Got the crowd buzzing. Perfect. And then this matchup gets a 78, the tag match between Kobashi and Kikuchi against Hashimoto and Fujinami. As Kikuchi pinning Tatsumi Fujinami. Yeah, Shinya Hashimoto's injury bringing him down, and Tatsumi Fujinami's off his game, but Kobashi really doing a lot of the heavy lifting there for that 92. That's very impressive. And now we're into the Tag League matchups. As the first Tag League matchup of 1995 sees the All-Asia Tag Team Champions lose to Cactus Jack and Terry Funk, which they were the better team. So, right decision there. Double Arm DDT for Cactus Jack over Kinsuke Sasaki, who was the worst guy in the match. On 91, former Sour and Tiger Mask 3 against Muto and Chono, 2 teams that have excellent chemistry. Pays off here with a 91 as Muto with the Muto lock over Tiger Mask 3. And that gets a 91. But yeah, Masawa, best guy of the match, followed by Muto, and then Chono, and Tiger Mask 3. Just 1 point below Chono. That's not bad at all. And then 97 for our main event, as, I mean, if Steven Regal had pinned him, it would have been literally dead even, but the better team wins. Crazy enough, as Norman Smiley taps out Toshiaki Kawada with a Norman Conquest on 27:51, as that's a 97, and that's a solid start to this tag league. Yep, that is nice. You can't beat that. On to night 2 we go. Alrighty, night 2 here as British Combat Club in Hiroshi Hase in Kinsuke Sasaki, champions versus champions. We also have Chono Muto against Ultimate Dragon and Super Astro, and then Stan Hansen and Dan Spivey against the Can-Am Express. And we have backstage incident here, as it's Taue and Masato Tanaka as he's helping pass on tips on psychology to Masato Tanaka. Let's see what we get for... I think we're actually going to run Corkin. I think it'd be a fun Corkin show. Champ versus champs. Makes sense. Who's going to win it? How about that? Hiroshi Hase and Kinsuke Sasaki are going to beat the tag team champions. Jesus Christ, what a win for Hiroshi Hase and Kinsuke Sasaki, as Hase is going to beat Steven Regal, who had just outperformed Toshiaki Kawada, or was close to outperforming Toshiaki Kawada in our previous matchup, but that is going to be a banger. Right before the 30-minute mark, the All-Asia Tag Champs are going to beat the Tag Team Champions. That is massive, and we should probably have this be the co-main. Chono Muto, Ultimate Dragon, Super Astro. Chono's going to beat Super Astro there. That's going to be 28 minutes. Then Hansen, Spivey against the Can-Am Express, which Hansen and Spivey will beat the Can-Am Express. Stan Hansen's going to beat Dan Crawford. Yeah, you know, the Junior Tag Team Champions taking on Firecat in Hayabusa, as it's set for Steal the Show. Liger's going to beat Firecat there. We got the Gladiator Titans versus the Fantastics. 16-minute matchup. As the Gladiator Titans are going to beat the Fantastics. They're pretty simple stuff. And Scott Norton going to beat Young Lion Nabu Nakanishi in 10 minutes. Alrighty, so what? Yeah, again, we'll probably add another singles matchup. Seems like that's the go-to here. See, I think we should probably go Kintaro Shiga, if we can. There we go. As I feel like there we go. There's a setting on here on the mouse where like it your DPI, and I accidentally clicked it. I was like, why is it going so goddamn slow? I figured out. I actually hit it. I wish it wasn't right where it's at, but what can you do? As let's see. I was thinking Dory Funk Jr. just to kind of get him on the card. 10-minute matchup. Dory Funk Jr. gonna get the win, obviously. Have we done this before? We have. Back in January. Wow. Long time coming for the rematch. As, let's see, we could either go with another singles matchup, have, get somebody that, or maybe a tag, another tag, or 6-man, even. Don't hate the 6-man match, to be honest. So we can go with, like, the Headhunters, with Vampiro. And then we can go Crusher, Bam Bam, Johnny Ace, and Candido. Pretty good match. That'll be 17 minutes, and we'll have Candido beat Vampiro. Super excited about this match, though. I mean, that's going to be pretty well. Didn't mean to hit the tournament, I meant to hit this. I was like, I think this is a first time meeting. It is. We'll have to change the settings, and, I mean, we should be good to go, though. And we'll have it, perfect. I'm liking this. I'm liking this card. Especially that main event. I mean, that main event is massive to have the All-Asia Tag Champs beat the World Tag Team Champions. Massive. Absolutely massive. Let's see what we get. 46 for the opener. Dory Funk Jr. beating Kintaro Shiga with a pile driver. Pretty terrible. So I got a 46. Scott Norton, though, beating Manabu Nakanishi with a brainbuster. It's a good win for Scott Norton, 62 as well. That's a pretty good performance. Scott Norton, 68 for the Gladiator Titans against the Fantastics. Gladiator, best guy in the match. Big Titan beats Bobby Fulton, who was a little bit better than him. Decent little matchup, though. 78 for the 6-man of the Headhunters with Vampiro against the Crushers of Destruction. Bam Bam, Johnny Ace, and Chris Candido, as Candido with a blonde bombshell. He outperformed Vampiro, so at least that made sense. But Bam Bam, best guy in the match. Hell yeah. Way to go, Bam Bam. And then Liger and Samurai beating Hayabusa and Firecat, which was about the same, as far as, Hayabusa and Liger really pulling the weight of their teams. But it's a decent little matchup. It got an 80. It was a good little match. Just decent reaction from the crowd. Got the crowd buzzing, though, at least. So, do have that. Going into the tag league matchups in 87. Right out of the gate, Stan Ants with a 95. Hits the lariat on Dan Crawford, who had an 81, so it was a good performance from Dan Crawford and Stan Hansen, obviously. Right, Team 1. Now, for sure, 88 for Chono Muto against Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro. It's Chono pinning Super Astro with a Yakuza kick in 27:57. Good little rating there. Yeah, here's the thing. Super Astro got outperformed by Chono and Muto, but obviously Ultimo Dragon, best guy in the match. So it was a fun match, though. Got the crowd hotter, even, for our main event. 94. Yeah, I mean, at least with Hase, it was close. He was off his game, but Kensuke Sasaki still a little ways away from it. But it was a fun little match. Fun little match. And really, this is playing up to them wrestling the night before against the Holy Demon Army, having a very tough matchup in the Holy Demon Army, and just kind of carrying on from that the very next night to take on the All-Asia Tag Team Champions. Hurt them in the long run there. It's just a tough schedule, for the tag champs already. But we already got some good little matches. Already got some big wins for some teams. So we're only 2 nights in. It's been a lot of fun so far. We'll see how we go with night 3 here. Alright, day 3. Chono Muto gets the British Combat Club again. 3 straight nights for the tag champs. That is a awfully tough schedule. Holy Demon Army against the Hansons, 5e team, and the Masao and Tiger Mask 3 against the Miracle Vines Alliance. There's Shin Yashimoto and Johnny Smith, since we're doing Chono Muto against the British Combat Club, just made sense. And then Super Generation Army versus the Crushers of Destruction. So another appearance for the Crushers of Destruction. I'm not sure if it's a tag or a 6-man. Could be a 6-man. And then Tengoji against Choshu and Kashanaka. As, let's see where we go to now. We'll go to the Nakajima Sports Center. This is the main, obviously. British Combat Club been fantastic. And they get another win, so just the schedule. Beating their ass. And Norman Smiley and Steven Regal, they are going to have a much-deserved break, though, coming up. As Kaiji Muto and Masaru Chono beating the British Combat Club. I believe the they won, obviously beat them for the tag team title, so rematch from that. That was back in July, of course, at the Summer Action Series show. Been a long time coming for the Chono Muto team. The co-main is a tough one. I think we're going with this Hanson Spy V Holy Demon Army matchup. I think that's what we're going to go with. Tawai's going to beat Spy V there in 23 minutes. Great win for the Holy Demon Army team. That's their first win of the tournament. And the Miracle Vines Alliance are going to beat Masawa and Tiger Mask 3, which Dr. Death's going to beat Masawa. That's awesome for Dr. Death. Bet unhappy is Masawa. Alrighty. We'll keep you strong. No big deal. Alright. And then, yeah, the Hashimoto Johnny Smith matchup, which Shin Hashimoto will beat Johnny Smith. Hopefully he's all healed up, though, from his injury. And it is a 6-man. Super Generation Army taking on the Crushers of Destruction. And Jun Akiyama's going to beat Chris Candido. Good win for the Super Generation Army. And then Tengoji against Choshu and Kashinaka. It's Kojima going to beat Kashinaka. It's a big win for Tengoji there. Yeah, I think we're just going to go with 2 singles matches. With, Young Lion matchups. Let's go Black Tiger 2 against Tamon Honda. Or we can go with Hanaga. I guess that's not terrible either. Hanaga's 40 already? It's wild. He will probably get the boot out of here. Once we have him put people over. And we already gotta change the fucking time again. Let's see. Yeah, let's have Takayama out there. Takayama versus Mike Awesome's a solid option. We'll go with Takano. Some fucking giants in there, and Shunji Takano and Yoshihiro Takayama. Some big motherfuckers. Takano gonna get the win. Oh, it's a decent little matchup. That's all you can hope for. At the end of the day, we'll just have it be that. Change this, and we're good to go for day/night 3. Let's see here. Oh, steal the show matchup. We'll just have it be this Tengoji, Choshu, and Kashinaka matchup. There we go. It's fun to show for night 3. They have great chemistry. How about that? It's a fun little match. Yeah, that would actually be pretty awesome of a matchup, though, just size-wise and the physicality of those two men. They beat the shit out of each other. If they would just let them go full throttle and just open it up. But that's a 10-minute matchup, though, for Shuji Takano and Yoshihiro Takayama. Takano gets the win, 68 for Black Tiger 2, and Naria Hanaga as Hanaga taking the Brainbuster in 946. That got a 68, decent little matchup. 65 for the Tengoji team against Riki Choshu and Shiro Kashinaka. As Tengoji, they get outperformed, but we obviously know bigger and better things are going to happen for Tengoji, obviously. It sucks they don't have any chemistry. Bummer. Absolute bummer. But the 6-man, Takeya Mori really fell off a cliff there with a 58. I know he's kind of the youngest of the 6 here, so you do have to expect that. But Jun Akiyama, at least, it was close with Candido, but probably the wrong team won. Probably shouldn't have been Super Generation Army. It's an 80 for Hashimoto and Johnny Smith, which Hashimoto still has that injury, and he got outperformed because of it. But a fun little match of Jumping Spike DDT for Hashimoto and Johnny Smith. That gets an 80. Now into the Tag League. An 82 for our first matchup is Albright and Dr. Death. 91, or 88 and 99, rather, for Albright and Doc. 94 and 77 for Masawa and Tiger Mask 3. Dr. Bomb, of course, from Dr. Death, Steve Williams over Masawa. Insane. 95 for Hansen and Spivey against the Holy Demon Army. What a match. Powerbomb, Nodao Otashi combination for Taue on Spivey. And yeah, Spivey's the worst guy in the match, so obviously he takes the fall there. But it was a fun match. Good luck topping it. Yep. And Regal breaks his ribs. That's what happens when you book literally 3 tough back-to-back-to-back matches. Someone's gonna get fucking hurt. As Kaiji Muto with the moonsault on Norman in 27:02. Unfortunate about the broken ribs, because it would have probably been a good little matchup, and Chono's the one who caused it. Yeah, because we were really riding a wave there with the Holy Demon Army matchup. It's unfortunate, but we gotta keep on rolling. On to day 4. We'll see how Regal's broken ribs are gonna go. Obviously, Johnny Smith, if Regal's unable to compete, I'll have to fill in for him, and just unfortunate. Now, that's what happens, though. You fucking play with fire, you're gonna get burned sometimes. That's exactly what happened there. Alrighty, night 4, as we have Hanson Spivey against the British Combat Club. I thought for sure they were not working, but they are. 4 straight nights. But luckily, there is a day in between, and luckily Regal's able to work with the broken ribs, but that's just fucking crazy. Holy Demon Army versus Can-Am Express, and then Masawa and Tiger Mask 3 against Terry Funk and Cactus Jack on that card as well. I mean, I would love to give the Holy Demon Army in the Can-Am Express the main event instead. Kawada's going to get the win over the Can-Am Express. It's a tough break here. Stan Hansen's going to beat Steven Regal. So the tough schedule, really playing against the champions so far. Only have won once out of the last 4 nights. Very, very tough. And then Masawa and Tiger Mask 3, they're going to lose to Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. Terry Funk's going to get the win over Tiger Mask 3 wins, and they have 2 wins, just like that. That is nice for them. A lot of undercard stuff here I'm looking at it, because Drew Nakayama and Takeya Omori against the Gladiator Titans. Gladiator's going to beat Takeya Omori. It's a bit of an undercard matchup, and then Kiyoshi Tamura against Timon Honda. So Kiyoshi Tamura, and this is actually going to be above that, because at least they're not 2 young lions. Suzuka's going to beat Akatoshi Saito. But yeah, we just need to... we'll either go with a tag or a 6-man. It's really no big deal. Well, yeah, Flash and Smash is not a bad call, though, to be honest. Let's see who we can use. Yeah, we can go the Headhunters. Don't hate that. Did this back in July. Do it again here. Have the Headhunters win. Have it be a Steal the Show matchup. As I know, that's what we need. Nice. Yeah, we just obviously got to build this up a little bit. Put it there. So either 6-man. Yeah, I think we're going to go 6-man, though. That just seems to make the most sense. We'll go with the Junior Tag Champs with Shinya Hashimoto. Trying to think who'd be a good team. So we can go with Pegasus and yeah, we can go with Pegasus and Dean Malenko with Terry Gordy. That's an idea. That's a thought. Could even just go with the Blonde Crushers. With Bam Bam. Don't hate that either, to be honest. And we'll have... yeah, we'll have Liger beat Candido. I thought about giving the win to Bam Bam. I feel like this is not a bad option, though. That's not bad. 9 whole minutes. I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be better than that tag match between Flash and Smash and the Headhunters. So really the big thing here is obviously nobody else gets hurt, but we have been running these guys rampant, specifically British Combat Club, so hopefully Norman doesn't get hurt. We'll see what happens, though. It's a broken forearm for Kiyoshi Tamura. That's a damper on the start. He's been tremendous, though. Kiyoshi Tamura, we just got to get him some big wins. That broken forearm's going to be a setback. Hopefully a minor one, though. Hopefully we can get him back towards the end of the tour. Azuka beating Akatoshi Saito. Azuka with a 59-49 for Saito. 70 for Junaki Yamamori against the Gladiator and Big Titan. Pretty close. Pretty close. Just a couple points difference for the Gladiator Titans as Awesome Bomb from Mike Awesome on Takeo Mori. 77 for the Headhunters against Flash and Smash. Pretty good little matchup, but Headhunters did pretty well there. 81-78, not bad at all. Headhunter A getting the one with the leg drop on Brad Renegans. And then 83 for the sixth man of Liger, Samurai, and Shin Hashimoto against Chris Candido, Johnny Ace, and Bam Bam. Yeah, Candido, the worst guy in the match, so that ended up paying off well there with a brainbuster win for Liger. 97 for Masawa and Tiger Mask 3 against Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. Spinning to hold win for Terry Funk over Tiger Mask 3. It's a very good matchup. A very good matchup. 85 for the tag champs against Stan Ant and Dan Spivey. Tough break here. Couple points difference thanks to Regal's injury. Hansen gets the one with the lariat on Steven Regal, and you just hate to see that. And a 91 for our main event as Taue and Kawada of the Holy Demon Army beat the Can-Am Express with the Kawada driver. We will take a look at the standings after these first 4 nights here. So when we load up the Night 5 show, we will take a look at the standings and see how everything's shaping up already. We know that the British Combat Club only have 1 win, the poor fellas, but hopefully they can get some wins and go into the right direction. Alrighty, day 5. Let's see the standings here after we run through the backstage incident as Terry Funk organized the poker tournament. And then Taue and Stan Hansen, as Taue's an hour late to pick up Toshiaki Kawada. Thanks a lot, Taue, even though, hey, you should have been on the bus. We'll just say he was an hour late to wake up Toshiaki Kawada. And they left him at the hotel. We had to turn around and get him. We probably... I don't know why I'm trying to go in depth with it. We'll just call it like it is right here. And Stan Hansen found him guilty and sentenced him to pay for Chef Porter's meals for the next 3 shows. Yeah, let's move on. Oh, fucking mess. But Masawa and Tiger Mask 3 against British Combat Club. They are wrestling again. Those tough fuckers. The Can-Am Express versus Chono and Muto, and Hase and Kinsuke Sasaki against the Miracle Violence Alliance, and so much more. But yes, the standings after the first 4 nights here. There it is. I don't know why I was blanking, but Chono and Muto, so far, they've wrestled 3 times, and they won all 3 times. So they got the lead, they got 6 points. Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, so far they are undefeated, they've won twice. And then for Hansen Spivey, they wrestled 3 times, as has the Holy Demon Army, and they are 2-1. Miracle Violence Alliance has only wrestled once, and they won their match, and then poor Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro obviously taking on that team, they lost. So they're going to have a tough end to the tournament, but it's a good start, at least for, I would say, Miracle Violence Alliance. The Masawa and Tiger Mask 3 and the Can-Am Express both have lost all their matches. Tough start for Masawa and Tiger Mask 3, specifically with their 3 losses right off the rip. But obviously a lot can still happen, a lot can still change. We're still very, very early on in the tournament. The main event, we will go with Kinsuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Hase against the Miracle Violence Alliance, which Albright's going to beat probably Kinsuke if I had to guess, but that's a banger, though. They're going to beat the shit out of each other. Yeah, that'd be an awesome match, to be honest. That'd be crazy. Hase's a little too small, I think, to, throw around like Dr. Death, and obviously Gary Albright, but if he hit a Northern Lights suplex on Albright, I think the fucking building would implode. Masawa and Tiger Mask 3, though, against the British Combat Club, which, that'll be their 4th straight loss. British Combat Club get the win as Norman's going to get the submission win, I'm assuming, over Tiger Mask 3. Then the Can-Am Express versus Chono and Muto. Are they going to keep on winning? They will not. As Doug Furnace is going to get his first win for the Can-Am Express team, as he's going to pin Masahiro Chono probably after a Frankensteiner. That's a great win. And so then we'll probably go with the Gladiator Titans against Taz and Terry Gordy, set to steal the show. Gladiator's going to beat Taz. Makes sense. Kikuchi and Johnny Smith's actually really good. We'll probably actually bump that up as Kikuchi's going to beat Johnny Smith. That's a great win, first of all, for Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. And then Black Tiger 2 against O'Hara, and Black Tiger 2, of course, will be getting the win. So that's our first couple of matches. We'll probably just go with 2 straight singles matches. We'll have Osama Nishimura. Give him a win over a recognizable guy that we will not really be using a whole lot, if there is anyone. It's really not a lot. Like Aoyagi, I guess. Hiro Saito probably would be the better option there. Osama Nishimura will be getting the win. The one thing about this mouse that I didn't really think about when I ordered it, because I just got off Amazon, it's a little too big. Like, where the, if the, I would just move, like, the little, the wheel just a little bit lower, because it has to stretch out my hand just a little bit, and it kind of put some strain on it. I know that's very much a first world problem, but it would just be perfect if that was not the case. Because my old mouse, a little smaller, but obviously very loud. So felt like at least if I was still gonna keep that mouse, I might just like, because they're both wireless. I'll probably just turn one off, keep the silent one for recording. I'll keep the loud one for when I'm doing like research on for videos or whatnot. Let's see here though for the Young Lion matchup. Oh, I mean, Shinjiro Otani's the man. We just got to get him some experience on some matches. We'll go with 2 Colt. Yeah, let's go 2 Colt Scorpio and Shinjiro Otani. Be quite a banger, to be honest. Yeah, we did this before back in October. Well, we did it on the best of UJPW. Okay, so we did it on the TV taping. And I got a 72. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as this, because the TV taping's based on actual, like, a normal event. And yeah, of course we gotta change it. Of course, to 230. There we go. Alright, let's run it. For day 5, night 5. Come on. And I forgot to pick a goddamn venue. 2 Colt Scorpio with a Scorpio Splash of 10:07. He gets the win there. So you got a 59-48 for Shinjiro Otani. 61 as 55s for both Nishimura and Hiro Saito, Jesus, as Osamu Nishimura getting the win. Just before the 10-minute mark, Black Tiger 2 getting the win with the Gory Special. He gets a 60. Of course, Eddie's the man. We really gotta give him some more fucking wins and get him up there, because the man is killing it. And then the Gladiator Titans beating Taz and Terry Gordy. Gladiator getting the win with the awesome bomb over Taz. Taz, if it wasn't for the Miracle Finds Alliance link, he'd be long gone. Probably. As Kikuchi does outperform Johnny Smith. He gets the win with the submission win in 23 minutes. So that's a 78-83 for the K-Name Express versus Kaijimoto and Masahiro Chono. It's pretty close. It's only like 4-point difference. At least Doug Furnace outperformed Chono. So, I mean, it's a good match. We got the crowd hotter. I don't mind that at all. And then as the co-main event is an 86, the tag champions beating Masawa and Tiger Mask 3. Regal's injury kind of leads to them getting outperformed, which is unfortunate. But a Norman conquest, though, for Norman Smiley with Tiger Mask 3. That they get a much-deserved win, and hopefully they get a goddamn break soon. And an 83 for our main event. Unfortunately, not enough selling involved. Yeah, I could definitely see that being a problem. As Dragon Suplex hold for Gary Albright over Kinsuke Sasaki, which, yeah, I mean, right team won. It's a nice little match. Just, if the selling was on point, it'd probably have been in the 85-plus category, but that's just the way she goes sometimes. We'll take it. On to night 6 we go. Alrighty, night 6, as we got a couple of backstage, we just have one backstage incident, rather, as Kiritai passing on psychology tips to Masato Tanaka. So, the 3 tag league matches, we have Masato and Tiger Mask 3 against British Combat Club, those poor fuckers, Miracle Violence Alliance versus the Can-Am Express, and then Terry fucking Cactus Jack against Stan Ants and Dan Spivey. Alrighty. Let's see what we get as far as for the show. Yeah, I mean, probably, let's see the Sakata Star Lanes. Main event, that's a tough, probably honestly this Miracle Violence Alliance Can-Am Express matchup, as the Can-Am Express are going to beat the Miracle Violence Alliance. That's a huge win. Let's give them a little bit more time. This is fantastic, though. Miracle Violence Alliance have beaten them every single time. They've only fought in one tag league, and it was last year, and it was an 80. I think it's going to be a little bit better this time around. We'll see, though. Could be wrong. Then Masawa and Tiger Mask 3 against British Combat Club. They beat them last year. Or, not last year. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this was about to say. We did this night 5. Yeah, I was about to say. Something's up. Hold on here. I figured something was up because it had, obviously, a day 6 to it. So something must have happened. Let me just, we'll, keep it going for now, but, yeah, something's definitely up there. I gotta open up the gimmick and figure out what happened. Of course, it's not gonna be in my histories. I gotta just bring it up like this. But Stan Hansen and Dan Spivey lose to Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. 27-minute matchup. Terry Funk getting the win over Stan Hansen, which Stan Hansen's a little upset, which, I mean, rightfully so, to be honest. So, let's see here. Knights. See. Oh, no. Wrong one. Hold on. Sheet. Alright, but, yeah, we'll keep... It's hard trying to multitask all this. We'll figure out, though. Hopefully. That would suck, though, if it is lost forever in time. I mean, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I think it's... Ooh. Oh, it might actually be. So, yeah. So, we're just gonna... If I can... Oh, I thought I had to keep strong. I guess I didn't. So, to not waste any more time, we'll just go ahead and just run only 2 of the tag matches. I know it's going to be so fucked, but it is what it is, because I don't have the list of teams right beside me where I could easily add it. It'd be a pain in the ass. I can't believe that, though. That's what I get. It's like if I closing it out. I was just like, oh, we're good to go. We were most definitely not good to go. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Oh, there we go. Now we got it. We had to go into the history tab. Alrighty. So, yes. Looks like... Okay, I see what happened here. So, this, yeah, the match was supposed to be for week 6, so this is the correct week. It looks like I had it to the wrong week. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, in the match that was supposed to happen was Hanson Spivey against Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro, which unfortunately won't be able to happen. So there is that, because obviously Hanson Spivey so we gotta find a free show that Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro and also Hanson Spivey are not working, which looks like is week... Oh my, we're already into week 12, and I'm, like, not seeing it, so this is not good. Oh my, yeah, week 16, so literally at the end. Alrighty, well, that's not a huge deal, but, at least we figured that out. I can't believe that happened, though. How embarrassing. But yeah, Eddie Gilbert, Yuji Nagata, we'll just go ahead and just add these as we can. Eddie Gilbert over Yuji Nagata. The Headhunters with Vampiro against Brad Ranigan, Scott Norton, and Bill Anderson as Vampiro, getting the win over Bill Anderson. That's a Steal the Show matchup. Terry Gordy and the Great Gama here for this one. Terry Gordy obviously going to get the win. Oh, the Great Gama's... Is he hurt? Oh, that's right. I forgot he's hurt. Whoops. Let's, get somebody else in here. Manabu Nakanishi. It's your lucky day. Alright, so that's all fucked. So we gotta add 3 matches now, instead of 2. Which is not, terrible, but just sucks, from that perspective. But, while we have this up, let's take a look. Who is Wrestling Night 7? So, Chono Muto Wrestling Night 7, as is Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro. So, we could, as far as, yeah, let's make this a 6-man. Let's have... So I know Chono Muto and Hansen, or not Hansen, rather, Hase and Kensuke Sasaki are wrestling. So what we can do is just have Choshu, and then we'll have Shinya Hashimoto on this side. Chono Muto here. There we go. There's a match. I hate having to have those guys work an extra date, but... it is what it is. We need an extra match. So we're gonna have to pull out some magic. Let's have Chono beat Choshu. Chono could use a win. Riki Choshu's not doing too hot. it is what it is there. So I'm gonna actually bump that up here. Alrighty. So we already have two like young lion matches. So I guess we just gotta figure something out. See. So Masao and Tiger Mask 3 and Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro. So we could go with like a 6-man. So have Masawa, Tiger Mask 3, and then Sayama, OG Tiger Mask. So Tiger Mask versus obviously Super Astro, Ultimo Dragon, and then Sasuke. Well, if Sasuke beat Sayama. It's a hell of a match, though, to be honest. This is a banger. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. If somebody does get hurt, it's either Sasuke or Sayama. That is all we can ask for. Nice. I think that's going to be a better 6-man, to be honest. So we'll bump that up. Let's just add one more singles match, because we already have 7 matches. Let's just fucking nail it here, if we can. Let's see, we haven't used Jinsei since October, so let's... And Jinsei Shinzaki. And... Yeah, Chris Candido. Actually, Eddie. Let's get him a win. Nice. It's painless enough. Well, you gotta figure it out eventually. And what's sad is I'm not even gonna edit what just happened, so we're just gonna have to... It's gonna be a shit show and a half. But yeah, okay, we're good to go on that. Just wanted to double check. Did we pick a venue? Oh, that's right, we did. Alright, we're good. 63 for the opener. Black Tiger 2, Jinsei Shinzaki, Gory Special. Decent little opener. 67 for Terry Gordy and Manabu Nakanishi, Backdrop Driver for Terry Gordy. 63 for Eddie Gilbert and Yuji Nagata. Not bad, some decent little Young Lion matchups. Matchups involving Young Lions. As the Headhunters with Vampiro outperform the Flash and Smash team with Bill Anderson. Bill Anderson digging the nail in the coffin in 10-17. 81 for the 6-man of the Three Musketeers in the fighting world of Choshu. It's Masahiro Chono pinning Riki Choshu with a Yakuza kick. It just sounds like a TV show. I just love that, the fighting world of Choshu. Hase, best guy in the match. That's pretty awesome, to be honest. And Choshu's the worst. Oh, Kensuke Sasaki almost got injured. That would have sucked. Another 81. 6-man of the Great Sasuke with Ultimo Dragon Super Astro against Sayama, Tiger Mask 3, and Masawa, as Tiger Mask 3 was really off his game. Hurt the match a little bit, but it was still a fine little matchup. Thunderfire Powerbomb though for the Great Sasuke over Sayama, which he outperformed Sayama, so that works out. Works out. At 80, for the tag match of Terry Funk and Cactus Jack against Hansen and Spivey, a spinning toe hold from Terry Funk over Stan Hansen in 26-53. So 83s for Cactus Jack and Terry Funk, 89 for Stan Hansen, and 73 for Dan Spivey. Bruised pectoral muscle there, as if way to go, Terry Funk. 94 for our main event. Miracle Vines Alliance losing to the Can-Am Express. What a win for Dan Crawford with a Frankenstein over Gary Albright. Only a point difference between Crawford and Albright. Obviously Doc, though, with a 98 is incredible. What a match. Pretty good show. Yeah, now we just got to add the the match that was supposed to happen for that was going to be on that night, and just move it to now the next one here. As sucks, but it is what it is, unfortunately there. So Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro will now... Oh, wow. ECW is on the fritz. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alrighty, well, on to Night 7 we go. Alright, Night 7. And we got a couple of backstage incidents. Shunji Takano organizes a poker tournament, and Brad Armstrong... Oh. Whoops. He's putting over somebody. We'll take a look here. It should be in the promises. There it is. Brad Armstrong. Oh, he's willing to put over Eddie. Well, that just lines up perfectly for us. Let's see. Is he working? No, he's not. Neither is Brad Armstrong. So perfect. We'll just do that match right now. So, we won't make it a singles. We'll make it a tag. We'll have Brad and Bill Anderson here as Brad Armstrong and Bill Anderson will team. We might actually let's go Eddie Gilbert and Brad Armstrong. Fun little team. And then we'll have it be Fuchi, Black Tiger 2. I don't know if we need to steal the show match or not, so we'll just kind of leave it as is. Brad Armstrong over Eddie. Perfect. Fantastic. It's exactly what Eddie needs. So, I mean, Chono Muto against the Miracle Vines Alliance, that's probably the main. Miracle Vines Alliance are going to beat Chono Muto as, yeah, I mean, obviously Chono Muto, they beat the Miracle Vines Alliance to basically unify the tag belts. So that was a huge win back in February, and they get that win back here in November. 28-minute matchup, though. Should be a hell of a match. Should be. As, well, Hase... No, I don't think Hase... no, somebody's hurt, I thought. But Ultimo Dragon Super Astro against the Can-Am Express. I love this match. We're going to run it as the co-main is Ultimo Dragon. Going to get the win. Big win for Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro as they're going to beat the Can-Am Express. Yeah, they beat them during the October Giant Series, during the tour. And they had a pre-show match at Champion Carnival, the Grand Champion Carnival. So really, they've had what should be only 2 matches as far as what the people have seen. So technically it's 1-1, but it's really 2-1. But it evens it nonetheless. And Dan Crawford's going to be upset, which, what a prick. Because honestly, Ultimo Dragon's going to outperform you. As Hase and Kensuke Sasaki are going to lose to Masao and Tiger Mask 3. Good win for Masao and Tiger Mask 3. They need the win there, as Masao's going to get the win over one half of the All-Asia Tag Team Champions. Nice. Now let's see if there's... So we have this Hashimoto, Liger, Taz, Terry Gordy matchup. This is set for the Steal the Show matchup, as Hashimoto's going to pin Taz. That's a bit of a banger, so we'll bump that up. Flash, it's yeah, we'll have it be Too Cold and Kento Shiga. Then Flash and Smash against Masato Tanaka and Teo Kia, which Brad ran against will get the win there for the Flash and Smash team. We'll do another singles. Let's see, who could use a match that's a young lion? Oh yeah, Satoru Osaka's back. Yeah, let's hold on. Let's book Osaka and Osako. Perfect. Let's see here. We got Tenkoji, Choshu, and Kashinaka. If we really want to give him a win, could even go with No Fear. Yeah, I don't mind that. I've done this a handful of times. Yeah, back in '94. Do it again here in '95 as Hideki Osaka will be beating Yoshihiro Takayama. There we go. Hopefully it's good enough to be an opener. Actually, the more I think about it, they're both unrecognizable, yeah, and so is Takeo Omori. That's gonna be a shit show. Fuck it, let's just run it. Ooh, 2 minutes. We could cut some time down, yeah, just... There we go. Works for me. Perfect. Oh, let's pick a venue first. And then we'll run it. We can go back to the Dreamies. Oh yeah, we could just go to the Okayama Prefectural Gym. That works out better. Let's run it. Yep, 38. For the opener, Takeo Omori at least did well. Him and Hideki Osaka, just Satoru Osako and Yoshihiro Takayama were pretty shit. I'm assuming Satoru, yeah, he's a little rusty, Satoru Osaka, so we just gotta get that back into it. But 56 for the next matchup. Scott Norton, Brad Redigan, a Flash Smash beating Masato Tanaka and Teo Kia. Look at Masato Tanaka, though, in the 50 range now. That's what you love to see. Too Cold Scorpio beating Kento Shiga with a Scorpio Splash in 10 minutes, as well as 72 for Brad Armstrong and Eddie Gilbert against Black Tiger and Masamu Fuchi. Brad Armstrong was the best guy in the match, but obviously Black Tiger is going to get that win. Thanks for Brad Armstrong for wanting to put him over. And 80 for Liger and Hashimoto. What a team. Taking on Terry Gordy and Taz. Hashimoto pins Taz with the jumping spike DDT. Got the crowd buzzing, so exactly what we needed for the Steal the Show matchup. And let's see how the tag league matches go. So in 85 for the first one, Masao and Tiger Mask 3 beating Hase and Kensuke Sasaki's Masao with the Emerald Flosion on Hase. Yeah, Masao was the man there. Awesome to see. 87 for Ultimo Dragon Super Astro against Dan Crawford and Doug Furnace. Even Super Astro outperformed Doug Furnace, so that's cool to see. Definitely the better team. Great little match. Side DT there, and a 99 for Kaiji Muto and Masahiro Chono against Gary Albright and Dr. Death as Doc pins Masahiro Chono with the Dr. Bomb. Fuck yeah. What a match. What a show. That's going to be a tough one to top. That's a hell of a show. Especially for a tour show. Like, that's crazy getting a 95 like that, a 99 match. But yeah, we're a little under the halfway point now. Actually, I think we're just right at the halfway point here after week 8. Yeah, because we'll be in week 16 by the time we end it. So, we will... Alrighty, so after this day, we will take a look at the standings. We'll be right at the halfway point after this show, because it's going to be 16 shows, of course. And, yeah, we actually have an extra match here, so we only have to add one match. So that should be nice. Saves us a little bit of time. So we ran the Nagoya Congress Center, so we'll go to the Toyohashi General Gymnasium here for this night. See what we get for our mains here. So, I mean, Hasei and Kensuke Sasaki and Holy Demon Army is a bit of a banger. Love that Can-Am Express British Combat Club match if Regal's not hurt. And then Ultimate Dragon Super Astro against Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. That's a banger too, honestly. We'll go with this as the main, though. As the Holy Demon Army are going to beat Hasei and Kensuke Sasaki. Can-Am Express versus the British Combat Club. Regal going to get the win with his injury over Dan Gravitt and Doug Furnace. And then Ultimate Dragon Super Astro against Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. As Cactus Jack going to get the win for his team. They lost to them last year during the Tag League, so a little win back. And they're actually 1-1 against each other because they won. They beat them for the All-Asia Tag Team titles in August of '94. So, first time in a year they've had a match against each other, 2v2. It's a big time moment for them. So we have a lot of junior tag matches. First of all, Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko against Hayabusa and Firecat. Love that match. Dean Malenko going to beat Firecat there. Then Fuchi and Ogawa against Damien and Vampiro. Fuchi's going to beat Damien, as that's a steal of the show matchup. Then, yeah, Johnny Smith, the Great Gama. Johnny Smith's going to get the win there. And Yamasaki against Masada Noe, as Yamasaki, of course, will be getting the win. So we'll add another Young Lion matchup, as I think Yuji Nagata hasn't... Well, no, Wednesday. I was supposed to say, hasn't worked in a while. That is not correct. Yeah, that'd be Tomoe Honda is the next man up. Yeah, we've used... Let's use Minoru Tanaka. This will kind of be a banger. First time meeting. Minoru Tanaka, of course, will be getting the win. And that is day/night 8. Just like that. Took like 2 minutes. Fantastic. Let's run it. 58 for the openers. They have good chemistry. Actually, great chemistry. So that's a fun little match. A leg hook Death Valley driver from Minoru Tanaka over to Tomoe Honda. That went in with the Minoru special number 2. It looks like it's Yamasaki getting the submission win at 9:56. 70 for Johnny Smith and the Great Gama. Death Valley bomb there from Johnny Smith. He outperforms by 20 points. A bit of a no-brainer. The Steel of Show Junior Tag match does pretty well. Ogawa and Fuchi with a better team as Fuchi with the SDF over Damien. Ogawa, though, gets a 70. That's nice. 81 for Dean Malenko Wild Pegasus against Firecat and Hayabusa. Obviously, the first ever junior tag team champions are a bit of a great team. As Dean Malenko with the Texas Global Leaf over Firecat, who gets a 54. A 92. I figured it was going to be good. I figured Ultimate Dragon Super Astro beating, or rather losing, to Cactus Jack and Terry Funk as Cactus Jack with the Cactus Elbow on Super Astro. It's a fun match. Again, Terry Funk being 50 years old is crazy, but what's also fun is he still has not been declining, which is fantastic, because that means it's a good match, because obviously he doesn't start declining until really around like 2000, 2001, kind of after that. But British Combat Club beating the Can-Am Express. It's a bit of a shitty little matchup because of the injury. But Steven Regal with the Royal Conquest over Doug Furnace there in 21:32. And a 90 for our main event. Kensuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Ase losing to Kira Taue into Toshiaki Kawada's Taue with the Powerbomb no Dashi combination, pinning Kensuke Sasaki. And the All-Asia Tag Champs have had a rough go of it, but they have fought some stiff competition, that is for sure. And on to week 9, we'll take a look at the standings once we get up to the show. Alrighty, as night 9, we'll take a look at the standings after this backstage incident, as it's again Taue and Masato Tanaka is passing on microphone work now. As this is another night that has 7 matches, so we just have to add 1. as the standings here, as we have Terry Funk and Cactus Jack in the lead. Haven't lost yet. Got 4 straight wins. Obviously, still a lot of time left for that team, but I mean, it's safe to say they're going to finish ahead of the tag champs. It's just crazy to think the tag champs at most can finish with 12. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming. Chono and Muto, though, tied with them, and obviously they've only wrestled 4 times. I know they've wrestled 5 times, so it's about the same. That's interesting. I think this has been a pretty back and forth, tournament so far. There hasn't been a team that's undefeated, obviously. Even like the teams that have only wrestled 3 or 4 times, like they still have gotten like a loss or 2. So this is pretty telling as far as what your top 4 or 5 is, with Funk and Cactus Jack, the British Combat Club, Chono, Muto, Holy Demon Army, the Miracle Vines Alliance. I mean, it's still a close race, even after 8 shows. Obviously, it's a little wonky because how the schedule's stretched out like this, but usually the stretching of the schedule does a pretty good job as far as keeping everybody healthy, but so far that has not been the case. We've had a couple of injuries as we were on the Hiroshima Sun Plaza for this night. But the 3 Tag League matches, Ultimo Dragon Super Astro against Masao and Tiger Mask 3. We also have Terry Funk and Cactus Jack against Chono Muto, so that's a huge match there. We'll probably have that be the main because of the significance of it. And then Miracle Vines Alliance against Hanson Spivey, which we'll put before it, which Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, they just keep on winning. That's a huge win. First of all, that is massive. Huge tiebreaker win. They're going to need that. They're going to need that for sure. And the Miracle Vines Alliance, they're going to lose to Stan Hansen and Gary Albright. It's crazy. Stan Hansen's going to beat them. As Gary Albright's taking the lariat there, he's a bit unhappy about that. Oh, that's right. He still can't stand Dan Spivey. God damn it. Jesus Christ. Well, looks like we booked ourselves in a bit of a pickle. Keep Gary Albright's job. Hope that still won't do it. I thought he was over this mess. Ah, shit. Shit. Well, guess we'll just have Johnny Ace fill in for this one-time spot. Yeah, so now we gotta make sure I change the tournament so it's works as a Spivey. You're just doing it for the one show, and we'll change it back. I cannot believe he does not. Just, you don't even have to like be in the same ring with him. Like, you just stay on the corner when he's in the ring. It's no big deal. Fucking scumbag. Alrighty. Then the next one, Ultimo Dragon Super Astro against Masao and Tiger Mask 3. This should be a banger, though. This was got a lot of potential. And Super Astro and Ultimo Dragon are going to beat Masao and Tiger Mask 3. Ultimo Dragon, Pin and Tiger Mask 3. That's a banger, though. I mean, we should... Yeah, we're going to put this... Yeah, well, we won't put it as the main, but co-main's a good spot for it. So, now... So, this Blonde Crushers match, we'll have that be now Dan Spivey and Chris Candido, which I don't think they have good chemistry. So, that should be fun. Yep, they have awful chemistry. Fan-fucking-tastic. Just what we need. Well, this is probably the better match anyways. The Gladiator with Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus against Shinya Hashimoto and El Samurai and Jushin Liger. What a 6-man, as Hashimoto's going to beat the Gladiator. Candido and Spivey against Terry Gordy and Taz. Obviously, Terry Gordy going to get the win. That's another 20-minute matchup. And Satoshi Kikuchi against the Great Sasuke as a Steal the Show matchup. As Sasuke is going to beat Kikuchi. That is going above that now, for sure. And we have a Young Lion, well, technically not a Young Lion matchup, but Willie Peters is going to get squashed by Bam Bam. This is just feeding somebody to Bam Bam, because Bam Bam's really riding a wave. It seems like he's doing pretty well for himself, and we got to capitalize on that. Black Tiger 2, another guy we have to capitalize on with Eddie Guerrero. I mean, he's been fantastic as of late. Let's see who he can beat. Yeah, well, Asako's a good spot for him. Gets Osaka. Actually, let's do the Starcade 95 match to him and Otani. First time we've done this. Hell yeah. Which is, again, Starcade happens the very next month. So that's just kind of funny how that works. Yeah. But this match was fucking awesome in real life. That Starrcade 95 match is crazy. Otani's the shit. That's a hell of a match if you've never seen it. If you love like 90s Super Junior matches. It is a banger. That card's got a lot, obviously WCW like 95, 96, 97, and even 98 too. Like the Cruiserweight division, just crazy. Absolute crazy. So here we go, night 9 in the books. As Black Tiger 2 with the Frog Splash in 937. 63 for Bam Bam and Willie Peters. Nice squash from Bam Bam. Eric Greens from Asbury Park. And 643 at 67 with the zero chemistry of Dan Spivey rather, and Chris Candido against Taz and Terry Gordy. Terry Gordy with a power slam, or power bomb rather. My God, I'm all over the place over Chris Candido. 74 though for Kikuchi and the Great Sasuke, as Sasuke does get the win, though he gets outperformed. Got the crowd buzzing though. Announcing also lifted the match too. And 88 for this 6-man. I figured it'd be good, but you never really know with no like chemistry boost or anything. But Hashimoto now without the injury has been fantastic, and it's a hell of a match. Hell of a win. Summarize the worst guy in the match. And 89 for the Miracle Violence Alliance against Stan Hansen and Johnny Ace. You're welcome, Johnny Ace, for the fun match. You can thank Dan Spivey for that one. And a 96 for the co-main. Good luck topping that main event. It's Ultimate Dragon and Super Astro beating Tiger Mask 3 and Mitsuha Misawa. Very, very close. Only a couple points difference. Both 78s for Astro and Tiger Mask 3. Ultimate Dragon and Misawa were phenomenal. Dragon Sleeper, though, for Ultimate Dragon. Tough break for Misawa and Tiger Mask 3, and that's a tough break, too. You can't follow that. It's Cactus Jack with the double arm DT over Chono. Which, again, that team just keeps on rolling with wins. Unreal. Unreal. But 96, that was a hell of a match. Now we're in the double digits on the night 10. Alrighty, night 10. Which, another night that has 7 matches. So that's fun. We just have to add one more again. I think that's kind of a consistent thing here for a little bit. Or at least for the time being. As our 3 tag league matches. British Combat Club versus Ultimate Dragon Super Astro. That's a banger. Hase against Kei Sasaki against Chono Amuto. That's a fun match. And then Holy Demon Army versus Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. Will the undefeated streak come to an end for Cactus Jack and Terry Funk? We shall see. Yeah, I'm going to put this as the main. I know this is probably not going to go so well because of Regal's injury again, but this is a fun match. You know, there's some talented fucking guys in this match, and Regal's going to beat Super Astro there. Nice win. Nice win indeed. Some good stuff. As, let's see here. Yeah, probably this Holy Demon Army match against Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. Toway getting the win. It makes sense. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, they had a nice little run, and now reality's going to set in. And Toway, again, getting some wins. This is really the idea to build up Toway as much as we can. And then, of course, I mean, this is a very good match as well. Kaiji Muto and Masaru Chono against Kensuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Hase, which, tough break for the All-Asia Tag Team Champions again, losing here. They're losing to a better team, though, in that same breath. So there's some junior tag matches that are tremendous. First of all, there's this one, which Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus are going to lose to the Holy Demon Army. Well, they will be losing as Ogawa over Wild Pegasus. It's a big win, huh? You know, former junior tag team champions they're beating there. Johnny Smith versus Chris Candido. We probably should have this be the Steal the Show match. As, we're going to have Johnny Smith get the win, too. Shinichi Takano against Joel Deaton and Tracy Smothers is Takano and Nagano gonna get the win, and then Candido over Kento Shiga, which Candido's gonna win. And yeah, we'll just add another Young Lion matchup and see what Masato Tanaka can do. Shiro Kashinaka's a good example. Izuka. We haven't really used Izuka a whole lot. Could even go with somebody that's kind of a little bit above this, like Nuki Sano, who hasn't been used at all this tour. Oh, we might go with like a more heavyweight guy. Do love a Bam Bam match. That would be fun. Yeah. Tenryu. We really haven't used Tenryu a whole lot. We really used him during like the TV taping. That's about it. Let's use him here. So Tenryu beat Masato Tanaka. It's a great opportunity for Masato Tanaka to work with somebody that's awesome. So young in his career. Fucking 9 minutes every time. We're just a second, couple of minutes off. It seems like we're just like a match away, but it's still a good card. I think we just gotta pick a venue. I mean, we haven't ran the Nakajima Sports Center in a hot minute. We could run the Dreamies again. Yeah, I think it's time. It's been a while. It's Chris Candido beating Kento Shiga's Blonde Bombshell. A 70 for Candido. Love to see that. Tenryu beating Masato Tanaka with a folding powerbomb. 64 for Takano Nagano against Tracy Smothers and Joel Deaton. A little undercard matchup. Decent little matchup. And then Johnny Smith and the Great Sasuke have terrible chemistry. Well, they don't click, rather. As it made for an awkward bout, and Sasuke was off his game as well, so that hurt it as well. It got a 64. 85 for this junior tag match. Yeah, I mean, the wrong team wins, but we're trying to elevate a team here in the same breath. At least with Ogawa, we're trying to elevate him as well. Yeah, because Ogawa getting that win over Wild Pegasus, I think that's big for him. So we got the crowd out. Another 85 here for Chono Muto against Hase and Kinsuke Sasaki, which right team wins. Muto lock on Hiroshi Hase. Fuck yeah. Of course, Kaiji Muto and Hiroshi Hase. If you know, you know. As far as... That's really... I would say... When I think of Kaiji Muto, I think of like his matches with Hase in the early 90s. That's where the Muto scale match happens, him and Hase, and... I really think that was like his best like New Japan stuff during like especially during that time like the 90s. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, because when he would like wrestle the Great Muta, they're not really like traditional Japanese pro wrestling matches, especially for that time. They're like spectacles. Like he's wrestling outside the ring, he's looking for blood. Like it's such a different feel. It's a whole different psychology as a whole, which is so awesome for that character. Like, I don't know why, like, Devitt never understood that. It's like, if you're gonna do, like, a gimmick like that, like the demon, you gotta, like, work, like, a different style, or it makes no goddamn sense. But that's neither here nor there. We don't need to go on a tirade about Prince Devitt. We'll save him from another day. At 94 for Taue and Toshiro Kawada against Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. It's Terry Funk... Oh, no, it's Cactus actually took the fall. Taue get outperformed by Cactus Jack, even with the excellent chemistry boost. It's a good match, though. That was fantastic. We'll see how the main event does. I'm assuming it's not going to beat that. Yeah, 84. God damn it. Two teams with excellent chemistry. Just an injury taking a big toll on Regal, and it fucked the match over. And they got outperformed, too. Regal with the Regal stretch in 27:53. Unfortunate, because we were really riding that wave on the show, but it still increased popularity in some regions. I'm assuming in America, maybe a couple other places that are shown for the tour. So we're going to take a look at the standings after week 12. So far, obviously, we're still trucking along. I would say teams are kind of getting into the point where they have wrestled a little bit more, like a little bit past the majority of matches left. So we just, and then once we get past 12, it's only 4 more shows left of the tour. So little over the halfway point of the tour. We'll see how the tournament standings look, though, after night 12. Alrighty, night 11. And backstage instant. Again, this Taue's passing on psychology to Masato Tanaka. It sucks that he can't team up with Taue, because that'd help him out so much, and he'd just be a part of the Holy Demon Army, but alas, I guess he could team with Kawada, though. I've always been waiting to pull the trigger on that, as far as having a Masato Tanaka join the Holy Demon Army. We could probably do it after this tour, to be honest. It wouldn't be a big deal, but Terry Funk, Cactus Jack against the Canada Express, Chono Muto against the Holy Demon Army, that's probably the main. And then Hanson Spivey against Hase and Kinsuke Sasaki, yeah, that's the main. Chono, gonna get the win. Chono Muto over the Holy Demon Army. This is the first time they've had a match against each other, which is pretty nuts to think. As far as a 2v2, obviously they've had 6 mans and whatnot, but yeah, that's a banger. So Three Musketeers getting another win over the Holy Demon Army. They beat him back in October. They beat him here. It's big. It is quite big. Yeah, probably this Terry Funk Cactus Jack Canada Express match. Canada Express beating Terry Funk and Cactus Jack as Doug Furnace getting the win over Cactus Jack. Then Hanson Spivey against Hiroshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki. What a win for the Hase Kensuke Sasaki team as Kensuke beating Dan Spivey in 24 minutes. Little bit of magic going their way. They needed that. Blonde Crushers versus the Gladiator and Vampiro. I love this match. Chris Candido is going to beat Vampiro. Obviously, the first time team's going to lose the established team. This is also a really fun matchup. Though 6-man tag. Fuchi, Ogawa, and Black Tiger, Eddie Guerrero, taking on the junior tag champs of Jushin Liger and El Samurai and Tatsumi Fujinami. And Ogawa's going to beat El Samurai, which will lead to a junior tag team title matchup at the final show of the Real World Tag League. Oh, and then, just going to add this to the booking sheet. Hit the wrong thing. Choshu's going to beat Masato Tanaka. And Satoshi Sama's going to beat Kendora Shiga. So really, I think we got the undercard as far as like the Young Lion matches pretty much nailed. We just got to add another match. I also think we'll definitely need a Steel Show match. It's kind of the thing we need actually the most. We'll go with just a normal tag. Go Tenkoji. And we'll go Tenkoji in the Tactical Tactician Squad. This would be a nice win for Tenzan, actually, and company. Yeah, this would be nice for Tenkoji to get a win here. Tenzan beating Funaki. We'll see how it works as a Steal the Show matchup, but I think it's going to be a pretty good match, honestly. We'll see if I am correct. Oh my god, Funaki is pissed. See the moreover of the two, I'm assuming? Oh yeah. She-Hope sure is. That won't be Manoa Tanaka's job then to put him over. God damn. Funaki's over as shit. Yeah, but now we just gotta bump that with that. Let's bump this up. I think this will be a better match. Alrighty. Nailed it. Pick a venue. I mean, we could run Cork in here. I actually don't want to waste it. We'll run the Nagoya Congress Center again. Let's see what we get for night 11 as Storizama getting the win over Kento Ashika with a headbutt. Diving headbutt, to be exact. I don't know why sometimes it's not one of the register. There we go. Choshu and Masato Tanaka have great chemistry. That makes a lot of sense. Their styles would match up very, very well. As the Sasori Katabe for Riki Choshu, aka Scorpion Deathlock. As, yeah, it's a great win for Choshu. He needs that. 69 here for Masato Tanaka. For Manoa Tanaka, rather than Shinichi Funaki against Tenkoji. Nice for Tenkoji. That's a nice win. Tough break about the team with excellent chemistry and being the better team losing, but gotta build them. 69, no, nice. For that matchup in the Blonde Crushers against Gladiator and Vampiro. As a 77 Candido with the Blonde Bombshell over Vampiro. It's a fun little mid-card match, to be honest. A 77, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Another 77. Liger tears his rotator cuff. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Unreal. Well, shit. We'll have to vacate the belts, probably. The torn rotator cuff's a couple of months. Ogawa's gonna get the win with a submission. 83 for Hanson Spivey against Hase and Kensuke Sasaki. As the Northern Lights bomb for Kensuke Sasaki over Dan Spivey. He gets outperformed. Wrong team won, but they needed the win. You know. And 79 here for Cactus Jack and Terry Funk against the Can-Am Express. Frankensteiner for Doug Furnace in 24 minutes. And 93 for our main event. Chono Muto got outperformed. Taue and Kawada, though. Hell of an effort there. Two teams with excellent chemistry. And don't think this is the last we've seen of these two teams. First time they've wrestled against each other is a 93. You can't beat that. On a tour show, no less. This shit would have been crazy as a normal match. 91. Not bad at all. 11 nights in. And now, we just have 5 more shows. So actually, after we run night 12, really, we just have 4 right there. Um, yeah, this is going to be huge. This is the last 4 shows. We'll take a look at the standings after week 12, week 12. It's like it's the fucking NFL season, the Premier League or something. We'll take a look at the standings after night 12 and see how the teams are stacked up. So yeah, Liger's out for 7 months, vacating the junior tag belts, and we'll crown new champions at the final show. You gotta be fucking kidding me. But for night 12 here in the backstage incident, as it's Joel Deaton, brought for Russell's court, accused of making a mess backstage, not cleaning it up, and knowing everyone else, the judge, Stan Hansen, found him guilty and sentenced to clean up, and the bite tricks right after the show. Alrighty, so, yeah, the 3 tournament matchups. We might actually be into 2 now. No, we still got 3. Miracle Vine's Alliance against Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, Masao and Tiger Mask 3 against Hanson and Spivey, and then Ultimate Dragon Super Astro against Hase and Kensuke Sasaki. So we're going to go with the Miracle Vine's Alliance again. Big win for Cactus Jack and Terry Funk over the Miracle Vine's Alliance. So the Miracle Vine's Alliance had 6 points at this point, which is pretty crazy since they won last year's tournament. That's going to bump them up to 12, which will be in the lead because the Holy Demon Army are not wrestling on this night. But Masao and Tiger Mask 3 against Hanson and Spivey. Hanson and Spivey are going to beat Tiger Mask 3. That's going to give Stan Hansen and as far as Hanson Spivey. Oh my god, I just realized we did not change. Oh my god. I thought for sure I changed that. Shit. Well, that's fun. Oh, I can't believe that. Cannot believe that. Well, that's all fucked up. So I'll have to take a look at that once we get there. Blonde Crushers. Oh no, Ultimo Dragon rather. Super Astro and Hiroshi Hase. Look at Hase and Kensuke Sasaki though, beating the Super Astro and Ultimo Dragon team. That's huge. First time meeting here. We'll see if they can have a good little matchup. Should be good. As, then we got Blonde Crushers versus Jun Akiyama and Takeo Omori. Jun Akiyama and Takeo Omori getting the win over the Blonde Crushers. That's a huge win. Then we have a lot of singles matches. So Sasuke against Shiro Kashinaka is a Steal the Show matchup. Sasuke's going to get the win. Wild Pegasus versus Taz. What a fun little match. Is Wild Pegasus going to get the win? That's a 16-minute matchup there. Then Headhunter A against Manabu Nakanishi, which we will see if we can make this an 8-minute match here. So we can be right at 157 Noe versus... who's it going to be? Kyoshi Tamura with his broken forearm. Scott Norton. Izuka, yeah. Let's go with Izuka. Actually, let's go with Funaki. Funaki's the man. He's been killing it. I'm gonna win. 8 minutes. Funaki. You love to see it. You just love to fucking see it. There we go. Cool. Just gonna make sure the venue is set for wherever we're gonna run this. Probably Wakayama Prefectural Gym. Be another sellout. So yeah, unfortunately, while we're here, let's take a look and see. So the Chono Mudu match has got to be changed. Let's just let's see. Yeah, so that we gotta redo that. So they'll be done with 12. So they'll be tied with Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, and they have a chance, of course, to take the lead. So that'd be huge. Chono and Mudo, and then yeah, so we'll make that like a pre-booking thing for the next show. So that's all settled as Funaki defeating Masanoe with the Sean capture in 7:56. Good stuff there. Funaki with a 61-41 for Masanoe. Headhunter A getting the win with a diving left drop at 9:40. 67. Or rather, 68 rather for Wild Pegasus Taz, but Wild Pegasus with a 67 gets the win with a Wild Bomb in 16 minutes. 64 there for the Great Sasuke against Shiro Kashinaka with the Michinoku Driver. Jun Akiyama to Takeo Omori beating the Blonde Crushers. Jun Akiyama pinning Chris Candido with the wrist clutch Fisherman suplexes Takeo Omori with the back injury. Tough break there, because that's a bit... I don't like that. It's just a back injury, so hopefully it's not so serious. Ultimate Dragon, a Super Astro, beating the Kinsuke Sasaki Roshiase team, or rather, Roshiase and Kinsuke Sasaki beating Ultimo Dragon Super Astro team. That is my bad. It's Northern Light Suplex from Hiroshiase, which over Super Astro. This was very, very close. Only a couple points difference there. That is not bad at all. 93 from Masao and Tiger Mask 3 against Spivey and Hansen as Stan Hansen taking the lariat on Tiger Mask 3. Pretty close. I mean, only a 2-point difference. Could have went either way. Stan Hansen's injury slowed him down a little bit, so it could have been even better. But the right team does win still, and the Miracle Vines Alliance losing to Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. What a run they have had. Probably should have gave that to the Miracle Vines Alliance there. Double arm DDT for Cactus, and he's been fantastic. But this is, I mean, interesting show because we couldn't get really going until the final couple of matches. But yeah, now we get to fix that. I thought for sure I fixed that. It is what it is. That should be an easy fix. So on to night 13. Alrighty, so it's only just 2 matches that we have to add, and I'm going to add those on to the final show. So, going to be a bit wonky to go through, but at least we know, like, as far as for the standings, basically it's going to be Hiroshiase and Kensuke Sasaki, Chono, Muto. They both have to win again over Hansen and Spivey. We're just going to save that for the final show. One of the matches will actually be on the main show. The other one we'll just have on the pre-show. So there's just kind of the idea there. But yeah, so we'll take a look at the standings now that I got that all sorted. Brad Armstrong just wants to keep putting over people. God bless him. Want to put over Too Cold Scorpio. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So, yeah, Chono Muto and Cactus Jack and Terry Funk are tied with 12. Of course, with Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, they do have the tiebreaker win over Chono Muto. But if they both tie, a lot could still happen there as far as they would just both advance to the finals. Now, Hansen and Spivey, they only have 1 match left. So they could only finish with 10. Holy Demon Army have a really good chance to finish with 14 potentially. Miracle Vines Alliance could finish potentially with 12. It looks like 12/14 is going to be the cap, which is interesting because you kind of look at the previous years. Really, we've seen like 16, we've seen 15, really that 15, 16 number. But last year we did see 14 was kind of the magic number. That's kind of the big thing with the tournament, is just kind of figuring out that magic number. It seems like that 14 to 13 range is going to be it. Now, a lot could still happen, obviously. Still a couple more days left. Like the British Combat Club versus the Miracle Vines Alliance team, and it's a draw. 1 point each. Boy, oh boy. So the Miracle Vines Alliance now will have, 7, and British Combat Club will have 9. So that's interesting, because they'll still be able to finish with 11, potentially. So British Combat Club, I would say they're not going to be in the finals. So there is that. Miracle Vines Alliance, though, I mean, they will have a chance to at least finish with 11 as well. So it looks like they're going to be out of the race as well, which is crazy to think. Just with that one draw, cut some teams off. Unfortunate for that. But then the Holy Demon Army versus the Ultimo Dragon Super Astro team. What a win for the Holy Demon Army, though. They are beating the Super Astro team there. And then the Canada Express versus Hiroshiase and Kensuke Sasaki. What a win for Hiroshiase and Kensuke Sasaki. First time meeting. Hopefully that goes well. And then, Johnny Smith, Terry Gordy. Steal the show matchup. Johnny Smith going to beat Terry Gordy there. Black Tiger 2, the Great Sasuke. Another Steal the Show matchup. Black Tiger going to beat the Great Sasuke. We will then put the Fantastics in the Tactical Tactician Squad, which is another Steal the Show match. I must have just went crazy towards the end. Minoru Tanaka's going to get the win for the Tactical Tactician Squad there. And then Shira Kashinaka and the Great Gama, which Kashinaka will win. So we just need to add a Young Lion match. We'll be good to go. Teo Kia hasn't been used in a hot minute. So we might do that. Yeah, so Aoagi on the card. Aoagi and then Teo Kia. Been about a week. Aoagi getting the win. And that is night 13, which, what a crazy ass tournament this has turned into. Because the Holy Demon Army, they're now with 10. They still have 2 more matches, though. So, I mean, they might come back and end up being in the finals. for sure. Now, they don't have a win. They do have the tiebreaker win over Cactus Jack and Terry Funk, which is interesting, but they don't have one over Chono and Muto, so that's kind of where it's at. Potentially there. But, yeah, Terry Funk, Cactus Jack. I mean, they just have to beat the British Combat Club. Easier said than done, though, for sure. On that, as far as I'm not sure exactly when that night is. It might be coming up. It might be towards the end. I actually don't remember off the top of my head, so we'll just have to play it by ear and figure it out. I guess we can just look at the pre-booking page and just see. Looks like it's going to be the next night, because I'm seeing a 6-man there. Yeah, okay. Alright, so it's 2 weeks, so it's going to be night 15. It's going to be big. It's going to be massive. 57 for Aoyagi and Teokiya. It's Aoyagi getting the win in 10 minutes. Shiro Kashinaka getting the win of the Great Gama. That's the 65. 67 for Black Tiger 2 and the Great Sasuke, which Eddie outperforms him. It's a big win. So Eddie's going to take on Hayabusa for the junior heavyweight title on that final night. Bobby Fulton and Shoichi Funaki do the same rating, and Jackie Fulton just barely outperforms Minoru Tanaka, so wrong team wins, but it's very close. Going to win either way. Minoru special for Minoru Tanaka. Decent little matchup. That was 71. Can't really beat that. Johnny Smith and Terry Gordy, that was a 78. Only a 10-minute matchup. Probably could have gave him a little bit more time, but it is what it is. And 88 for the Canyon Express and Hiroshi Hase and Kinsuke Sasaki. Kinsuke Sasaki tapping out Doug Furnace with a stranglehold Gama in 21 minutes. Another 88 for the Holy Demon Army and Ultimo Dragon Super Astro. Banger of a matchup there, as Kawada gets outperformed by Ultimo Dragon, which is pretty hilarious to think he's been a heavyweight champion, and Ultimo Dragon, of course, has just been in the junior division. That's fucking crazy. In the British Combat Club, Gary Albright and Dr. Death Steve Williams, you're seeing Regal's back to 100%. You love to see that. They did. I mean, they outperformed them, but it was relatively close. Probably could have gave it to the British Combat Club, but great performance, though, nonetheless, for them, and a 92 for the in-ring performance. Now we just have nights 14, 15, and 16. Just the final 4 shows, if you're counting the final show as well. Alrighty, night 14, day 14, as I think this is now where we have the 2 matches. Yeah, it looks like it, because there's the Hanson Spivey, it's Chono Muto, and then the Holy Demon Army versus Masao and Tiger Mask 3, which will have that be the main. Wow. So that's very, very interesting. Now, it's, yeah, that is something. That is pretty crazy. Wow. So we might have to do a tiebreaker if this is the case here. Depending on how this all plays out. That's nuts. Wow. Yeah, that is Masao and Tiger Mask 3 beating the Holy Demon Army in 26 minutes. Huge win. As for Chono and Muto, they get the win, so they'll finish with 12. And now we have quite a predicament here on our hands, depending on what happens to the Holy Demon Army. If they beat the Miracle Violence Alliance, they'll have 12, but then we'll have 3 teams with 12. Do we just have it be a 2v2v2 finals? Or do we have, like, how would you decide that tiebreaker is the $1 million question there. Yeah, that's interesting. That's fucking wild. As Chono and Muto beat Spivey. We'll have this British Combat Club with Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, and the Gladiator matchups. The Gladiator beating Johnny Smith there in 20 minutes. Brad Armstrong and Jinsei Shinzaki, sure. There's Brad Armstrong beating Jinsei there. Shin Hashimoto and Johnny Ace. Like that. Shin Hashimoto gonna beat Johnny Ace there. It's pretty much a given. Should be a banger, though. Well, actually, put that right before. Jun Akiyama and Takeo Mori against Masanobu Fuchi in Yoshinari Aragawa, which Jun Akiyama will beat. That, Takeo Mori hurt? Oh, that's right, the back injury. Yep, how could I forget? We'll just have it be Kobashi. What a team. Get the Kobashi, Jun Akiyama. Of course, Kobashi's had a nice time off. Let's have Kobashi win. Then Kiyoshi Tamura and Osamu Nishimura. Kiyoshi Tamura going to beat Osamu Nishimura, even with that broken forearm. That still should be a banger. Yeah, let's bump that up. Yeah, we'll have another singles match. Yeah, might as well. Let's have, see, Yuji Nagata. Yeah. Nagata versus is... Let's go Scott Norton. Scott Norton's going to get the win, obviously. And that is night 14 in the books. Oh, extra 3 minutes. Let's just take... Yeah, there we go. We'll work with it. I haven't ran here since night 5. Good call. Make sure they're good. Yep, just a couple of injuries. Yep, Kiyoshi Tamura and Osama Nishimura. Nishimura did outperform him because of the injury, so there's that. Kiyoshi Tamura, though, still gets the win. That's still a decent little matchup. Scott Norton beating Yuji Nagata with a flash breaker in 9:41, and a 63 for Brad Armstrong and Jinsei Shinzaki as he gets on with a side Russian leg sweep. 77 for the British Combat Club against the Gladiator, Terry Funk, and Cactus Jack is the awesome bomb from Mike Awesome there. 85 from Norman, Terry Funk with an 80. 79 for Cactus. You love to see an 80 for Jun Akiyama and Kenta Kobashi against Yoshinari Ogawa and Masato Fuchi. It's a good team, though, effort from Fuchi and Ogawa. Kobashi gets the pin there. The jumping spike DDT from Hashimoto on Johnny Ace in 22:51. Hansen Spivey against Chono and Muto. That's an 89 as Masahiro Chono getting the submission one with the Deathlock STF. Stan Hansen and Dan Spivey. What a performance there. And then Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono. Good team, but I think ultimately lacking in the end. And hence why they might be in the predicament they're in. But a 97 here from Masawa and Tiger Mask 3 against Toshiaki Kawada and Akira Taue. As Masawa gets that win back over Akira Taue. You know, let's remember, Taue did get a massive singles win over Mitsuharu Masawa. And, you know, at least Masawa trying to get that win back there. And playing the potential spoiler role for the Holy Demon Army, depending on what happens in these next 2 shows. Should be an exciting one. Alrighty, night 15. Let's see how this is gonna shape up. Let's get right into a British Combat Club. And of course they beat Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. So I think a lot of people are probably assuming, it's like, well, the British Combat Club, they beat them last year, and they're up 2-1 in the series. They'll probably end up getting, or actually 2-2 in the series. So that was the deciding win, and a massive one, nonetheless. So, they'll finish with 11. Terry Funk and Cactus Jack finish with 12. Now we get to find out, as far as on the next show. So, the Holy Demon Army, British Combat Club. About to say, this is not supposed to be here. This is supposed to be for night 16, I believe. Yeah, I think I got a little bit ahead of myself there. That was weird. Miracle Vines Alliance, though. Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro. Great win for Albright here against the Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro team. So, yeah, now I gotta fucking organize this mess. So, Johnny Ace is gonna beat Masato Fuchi. Doug Furnace and Darren Crawford, and the Grey Gamma taking on the Super Generation Army. Kikuchi's gonna get the win. So, Doug Furnace and Bam Bam got offers for the WWF. I think we're gonna let Bam Bam go, unfortunately. I do love Bam Bam, but I kind of think he will do better off getting booked regularly over there. As for Doug Furnace, though, him and Crawford, I think there is definitely potential to keep them around for a while. They are, you know, Doug is 35, but I just don't think he's going to do well in the States. And I want to keep him out of there and keep him here. I think he definitely, I mean, he's tremendous as like a tag guy. And the Canada Express, I think, are a very fun team. And yeah, we're going to just sign him on exclusive now. So that'll be nice. But Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, going to get the win over Great Gamma. Then Akira against Shinjiro Otani. Is Akira going to get the win? And the Headhunters versus Ten Koji. He's the win for the Headhunters. And yeah, this goddamn match. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Yeah, because, like, it should be the Miracle Vines Alliance. But they're already wrestling. Wait, Hanson Spike. Oh, that's right. We have to do that again. That's right. Um, yeah, that is true. Actually, we might have to have one of those Hanson Spivey matches take place here. Probably the Chono Muda one. If we, yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. Christ, what a shit show this turned into. All because Dan Spivey got hurt for a bit. Let's just make it like 8 minutes. Chono getting the win over Spivey. Forgot how it went the first time, but just do that. So now, oh no, it's there. Oh, that's, huh. Okay, so yeah, we don't have to do that then, I guess. Perfect. But never mind. Well, that worked out well. So yeah, we can get rid of that. Oh, that's right, we can't do that here. Oh, fuck. So we got Masaru and Tiger Match 3 against the Can Express. That's what in the world? Interesting. I could have swore there was no other... Oh, yeah, that is left. Huh. Well, that's fun. So, yeah, we could... yeah, that's why we have that. Perfect. Okay. I'm getting all squared away. Sometimes the shit just runs together when you're, like, a couple hours in, and you're like, wait a minute, what? How'd we get here again? I got a lot going on. As far as... got a lot of moving parts going on today, so I apologize for the bit of, running around like I have a like I have my head chopped off, but it will hopefully all be worth it when we have a pretty banger matchup. As yeah, Wild Pegasus. Actually, we'll go with Dean. Let's go Dean Malenko, Eddie Gilbert. Let's have a banger, right? Let's let those guys work. Have a good match. Well, actually, Too Cold Scorpio, Brad Armstrong, since Brad wants to put him over. Let's do it here. I was going to save it for the final night, but since we need another match, might as well let Too Cold get the win. So now that I know Bam Bam's leaving, we'll probably have Bam Bam actually lose. It sucks because we were putting him, we were getting him ready for a bit of a push. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You gotta roll with the punches. So Bam Bam has... Okay, so he's well known. See anybody's recognizable that we can help. Brad Ranigans could use it. Junior Takano could use... Oh, Mike Awesome. Man, let's do that. Mike Awesome getting the win over Bam Bam. That's perfect. See how we do on time here. And Bam Bam's upset. Yep. 5 minutes. Alright. We'll change some shit around. Let's put that there. Yeah, let's make this a 7-minute match. Let's bump that down to 9. Bump that down to 9. Probably should have bumped down that Brad Armstrong Too Cold Scorpio match, but that's alright. That is okay. We'll make it work. Yeah, we want to save Kanto for the final show, so go ahead and just run. If we can, I was just going to run. Yeah, I think we're going to go to the Toyoshi General Gymnasium. So back to Chubu we go for night 15. 70 for the opener. Let's head on our A and B, getting the win over Satoshi Kojima and Hiroshi Tenzan. 65 for Akira and Shinjiro Otani. Akira getting the win at 9:23. Brad Armstrong and Too Cold Scorpio. They don't have good chemistry, but Too Cold gets a win with the Scorpio Splash. 70 for the 6th man of the Great Gama with the Can-Am Express, or the Can Indian Am Express, as the Can Indy Am Express. As the Super Generation Army do beat him, though, Kikuchi pinning the Great Gama. Masao with an 83 there. Not the greatest performance, is what his Gladiator outperforms Bam Bam. Good stuff. Maso Fuchi probably should have beat Johnny Ace here, but Johnny Ace with the Ace Crusher. 87 for the Miracle Violence Alliance team against the Ultimate Dragon Super Astro team. Right decision there to have them win. Albright about got injured. Then a 94 for Regal and Smiley against Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. Now, what a shit show we have for this final night. Well, it potentially... So here's the thing about the tiebreaker. Do we put it as a post-show? Or do we just have the finals be a goddamn triple threat tag match and have the most What a crazy way to usher in the year 1996 to have a crazy ass triple threat tag match. That might be what we have to do. We just have to wait and see. Well, it honestly looks like the Can-Am Express might be coming to an end because they changed the contract and they are offering him some crazy money that I don't know if is really worth it. Because we are, unfortunately, right now, because of our roster size, because a lot of the New Japan contracts still haven't expired yet, we are a bit strapped for cash. We gotta wait for Inoki's contract to run up. We gotta wait for this Fujinami contract to run up, and even this maybe potential Kaiji Muto one. We just re-signed Kenta Kobashi to this deal, but I'm fine with that deal, to be honest. He's Kenta Kobashi. He deserves it. But yeah, I mean, so like I'll just say this: if we would have to counter that deal, he would be like where Fujinami's at, or where like Dr. Death's at on our highest paid list, and I just don't think that's worth it. Just not really necessary, in my opinion. We're gonna want a handshake deal for a little bit, and yeah, we'll just let Crawford, we'll drive him out, and we'll call it a day. So we got that situated. As for going into the final nights here, so Choshu, brighten the mood backstage after doing some funny cartoon drawings, and then Kyo Iwata gave the locker room a lift when he provided a crate of free drinks for everyone. Way to go, Kyo Iwata. As, Holy Demon Army, Miracle Vines Alliance. See what we get. So, what I think should happen for a full shithousery is the Holy Demon Army get a win. And that's the finals. A triple threat. And not a Terry Funk Cactus Jack Chono Muto return matchup. No, I think something like that would be fucking nuts. And I think it'd be highly entertaining. So, I'm going to have Kawada beat Dr. Death. And there we go, right before the 30-minute mark. Full shithousery ensues, and it will be a triple threat tag match to decide who's the winner of the 1995 Tag League. It's Hanson Spivey, Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro, Hanson Spivey get the win over Super Astro, Ultimo Dragon, the Can-Am Express, Masawa and Tiger Mask 3, is Masawa getting the win there. Oh, that's right, I have to, this is not, oh no, it's needed still, okay, that's right, perfect. So, and then the pre-show, we only have a couple. Oh, I just have one, actually. Choshu and Timon Honda. So, we could talk about the card a little bit. So, the plan is to have a World Tag Team title matchup. To potentially have a Kenta Kobashi title matchup as well. We talked about the junior tag stuff, and I want to have an All-Asia Tag Team title matchup as well. So, that right there, that is, with the title matches plus the Real World Tag League finals, that's 6 matches right there. We probably won't run through the card or anything, unfortunately, but we could do something with Kobashi, though. Because Kenta Kobashi, obviously, hasn't really been working a whole lot this tour, just kind of gave him a break, and, the idea was to have Taue face Kobashi, potentially at the Tag League Finals. But because Taue has now entered himself into the finals of the Tag League, probably not going to happen. We could do a return match with somebody, a Gary Albright or a Dr. Death, perhaps, or even, that's definitely a possibility. For sure. And what's crazy is him and Kawada have the trilogy right now. It's no big deal, but I'm just thinking ahead here to what we could possibly do. Also, the British Combat Club, their match. Let's just kind of look here and see. So I would probably do this before, but since you guys are here, might as well show it off. So Hanson Spivey, we could have that tag. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll have that be. Alrighty. So yeah, Hanson and Spivey versus the British Combat Club, and then we'll have Gary Albright get the first match against Kobashi. Yeah, there we go. I like it. So yeah, and We got our Triple Threat Tag League finals now. We could build up to Hayabusa and Black Tiger too, though, while we're here. If we can. I think we're gonna finally have Masato Tanaka join Holy Demon Army here. Let's see how him and Eddie work. Hayabusa's gonna team with. Let's think of what other. I mean, Jinsei Shinzaki. Even though, they don't have the chemistry, but it is an actual team that was pretty fucking awesome. As Jinsei Shinzaki is gonna take the Frog Splash here. We probably need a steal the show match, but I don't think that will be it. Just think we can get a better one. Let's have another Young Lion matchup if we can, or at least a, let's have, Satoru Osako and Hideki Osaka. As they can take on the team of Joel Eaton and Tracy's brothers. Oh, that's right, they're both unimportant. Go with the Fantastics then. Yeah, we lasted this at the beginning of the year, so it makes sense we get to do it here at the end. As I will have Hideki Osaka beat Jackie Fulton. Try to help get him into the recognizable category. And yeah, I don't think that's the Steelers show match either. I think that's another undercard matchup. So really the big thing here is, I do like the Hanson Spivey and I get a win going into the final show as well. I like that a lot. Yeah, let's get, see here. I think really the big thing to really work on is, oh yeah, I forgot. I want to look and see what Hiroshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki, as far as the teams they lost to, if there's any that will fit the belt. So we could go with Masawa and Tiger Mask 3, which I don't mind that at all. I think that's what we'll do, to be honest. Because they only lost to the Miracle Vines Alliance, the Cactus Jack Terry Funk team, the Holy Demon Army, and then Chono and Muto, so... And obviously Masawa and Tiger Mask 3. So literally they only lost to the guys that are in the finals and that team. So that's what we'll do there. So we'll have Masawa and Tiger Mask 3. There we go. So we could do something there with... Well, I wouldn't say use Choshu. Yeah, we can still use Choshu. We'll just replace. We'll go with. Yeah, we'll just go with Tenzan. That's fine. That is fine right there. Tenzan getting the win over to Monada. We'll now obviously have to put that a little bit lower on the card. But yeah, 6-man's probably going to be for the best. I guess we could have done an 8-man. Oh, let's do an 8-man. I haven't done one in a while, so we'll go Masawa, Tiger Mask 3, Jun Akiyama, Takeo Omori. Oh, that's right, Takeo Omori's hurt. Tsuyoshi Kikuchi then. Perfect. Then we'll have, obviously, Choshu, Kashinaka, and then Hase and Sasaki. We'll have Tsuyoshi. I don't know who she. Yeah, we'll just have Masawa beat Riki Choshu. We should honestly have Jun Akiyama beat Riki Choshu, but I don't know if we should be doing all that just yet. But this should still be a pretty solid little match. Yeah, we still just need that steal the show matchup, which shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Probably just go with the singles, to be honest. Let's see. We'll go with El Samurai, since he was supposed to, now he's kind of up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. He could take on... See what junior we can throw his way. Yeah, we'll go 2 Cold Scorpio. There we go. Have El Samurai get a win, since 2 Cold just beat Brad Armstrong. Perfect. Hey, we got a match. We got a show. Just like that. I mean, these cocksuckers. And it's 150. There we go. And that, my friends, is the Tag League. We just gotta run it now. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. That would be very unfortunate. That sucked. Tenzan getting over the Anaconda Vice. Dear God. 48-70, though, for the Black Tiger 2 Masato Tanaka matchup against Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. Fun little match. Yeah, not bad at all. Brainbuster win for Black Tiger, as the Fantastics should have probably beat Satoru Osaka and Hideki Ozaka, but it is what it is. Building bomb for Hideki Ozaka. 64 for El Samurai and 2 Cold Scorpio. Only a point difference between the two. That is not bad at all. Samurai Bomb there for El Samurai. And then a decent matchup for the Super Generation Army and the Fighting World of Choshu, as Misawa pinning Riki Choshu with a rolling elbow in 1947. Big win there. And an 88 for Hansen's fight against Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro. Tough break, though, for Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro, but their journey's not done yet. They will be the team to fill in for El Samurai and Jushin Liger to see who's going to be crowned the new Junior Tag Team Champions. Will it be Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro, or will it be Fuchi and Ogawa? And an 85 for the Can-Am Express versus the Misawa and Tiger Mask 3 team, is Misawa getting them with the Tiger Driver. And a main event that's an 85 as well. What a win. Holy Demon Army beating, as Kawada taps out Steve Williams. What a fucking match, though. Jesus Christ. Insane. But yeah, the three-way tie. Unreal. Triple threat. Tag League Finals. Just like that. And then we'll have 2 undercard matches as well. And that's the card. Just like that. 5 title matches. This is going to be a ginormous Tag League Finals of a show. I mean, that main event's going to bang. Kenta Kobashi and Gary Albright's an incredible co-main event. Excited to see how it all plays out. Alrighty, the Tag League Finals, and also the Can-Am Express, they're not going to get split up. Doug Furtis somehow turned down that offer. We just let it ride with our deal. It was a 5-year deal, under 100K, but we made sure to exclude TVs that were B level and below, because we're not going to be running TV. We're going to stop the best of TV happening at the end of this year anyway, so we won't have TV anymore, which is fine. It's not a huge deal. I feel like we've gained as much as we can with it. But yeah, now on to the Real World Tag League. And what a show we have. And the U2 America backstage incident is again Taoways. He's passing on microphone work to Masato Tanaka. That goddamn Tokyo Dome, 61,000 could have been, but of course will be capped at 42. The triple threat tag match. What an absolute banger. Terry Funk and Cactus Jack against the Holy Demon Army versus Chono and Muto. And Kaiji Muto with Masahiro Chono will win the Real World Tag League of 1995, which will mean they are taking on potentially the British Combat Club. Now, of course, we have to see what all happens with the rest of the show. Kenta Kobashi, Gary Albright. What a win for Kobashi, obviously. That's his first defense, but it's kind of crazy to think he's already had the belt for like 42 days and that's had a title match because of the Tag League. But, yeah, that's a great first win. Albright's going to struggle a little bit with the stamina, but should still be pretty good as Black Tiger 2. Hayabusa. Actually, I don't think that's next, but that's fine. We'll just put it here for now, as Hayabusa is going to beat Eddie there in 26 minutes. Because I believe Hansen's 5, he's going to go above it against the British Combat Club, which Norman and Regal will win. They get their win back to split the 2-2. And they end up splitting the year as well with the 2-1 win. So, I mean, that's their second defense? Third defense? Let's take a look. I think it's, yeah, second. Not bad. They've had the belt since June. It's crazy. As, yeah, then we have... Oh, I think it's the junior tag match, actually. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. So, the junior tag next is Fuchi and Ogawa, losing to Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro in 27 minutes. Great win there. And then Masao and Tiger Mask 3 against Kenta Kobashi and Hiroshi Hase, which Hiroshi Hase and Gensuke Sasaki are going to beat Tiger Mask 3 and Mitsuara Masawa and will retain their All Asia Tag Team titles. I'm actually going to bump this up. Yeah, I like that a little bit more. I actually think we're going to put it here. There we go. We'll bump it up a little bit. So then, the Crushers of Destruction versus Tenryu's Revolution, which is Junichiro Tenryu, Shunji Takano, and Shinichi Takano against Bam Bam, Johnny Ace, and Chris Candy. Now, Bam Bam is for sure leaving. So, well, we're going to have Tenryu beat him, actually. So we're not really elevating anybody, which is probably a mistake, but it's going to be a fun match, though. And then the Can-Am Express. Now, well, they were going to lose to Wild Pegasus Dean Malenko, obviously, but now since they are staying, they get to win. How fun for them. Let's just get right into it. This has already been a crazy episode. Let's waste no more time. Let's get right into it. Can-Am Express, Wild Pegasus, Dean Malenko, Doug Furnace getting the win with the Frankensteiner in 12 minutes. It's a banger, though. Hell of a match. Surprised it didn't even do better. 81 for the 6-man. Crushers of Destruction, Tenryu's Revolution. Tenryu with the folding powerbomb on Bam Bam. That's a big-ass man to be hitting a powerbomb on. Tenryu was awesome, though. He had a 94. 92 for the Ultimo Dragon Super Astro Masamu Fuchi Yoshinori Agawa match to crown the new Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. Right decision, for sure. You know, having Super Astro get the win over Masamu Fuchi, too, but a 91-96. That is insane. What a team. And they are the new Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. 91 for the Junior Heavyweight title matchup, aside Lusa beating Black Tiger. Eddie's still a little ways away, but a 76 is nothing to, look down on. I mean, he could still improve, obviously. He'll be just fine, I think. In 1996, I think, is going to be his year. 98. I'm very, very pleased that I bumped this up. They probably could have won, and it would have been no big deal, but I love that Hiroshi Hase, Kinsuke Sasaki team as the All-Asia team, and that's a hell of a match, though, for Masao and Tiger Mask 3, obviously, but I felt like this was the right choice. Northern Light Suplex win for Hase over Tiger Mask 3. Masao and Tiger Mask 3 already beat him, so just made sense there to get that win back. A 93 for this tag team title matchup, as everybody was fantastic but Dan Spivey's British Combat Club making their second defense. 99-98. Jesus Christ. What a win, their second defense. And the main event, or not the main event, excuse me, the co-main event, an 89, Kenta Kobashi, Gary Albright being tired hurt a little bit, I'm sure, but that's crazy that was below a 90. Poor Kenta Kobashi, though, he brought it. Absolutely brought it with that 96. And a 92 for the elimination 2v2v2 matchup. So the Holy Demon Army would not have been eliminated first. That would have been Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. And then Holy Demon Army, Chono and Muto would have been the final two teams. Quada breaks his fingers, so that sucks. But the Holy Demon Army, they were the better team on paper. It's wild, Kaiji Muto was the second best guy, but Masahiro Chono, worst guy in the match. Cactus Jack and Terry Funk were a hell of a team. I'm very pleased with that show. I know it's not going to be a crazy show as far as ratings, but, from the title matches up, couldn't ask for more. It's crazy that this was the third best match on the 8-match card, though. But that is 1995 in a nutshell. I'm very pleased with how we did. We're going to give some love to Kaiji Muto. We're going to give some love to Mitsuhara Misawa. And we're going to give some love to probably, Norman. Norman was fantastic. He had to do a lot of the heavy lifting that tour, thanks to Steven Regal's injury. Fantastic show. Very, very pleased. Sorry again, everyone, for the delay. The 8-9 day delay. Unfortunately, because now I'm thinking that this is not going to get uploaded until Monday, so you'll see this video first on Monday before you see the WMA 5 episode. I think we're going to have this be uploaded at noonish, and then we'll probably have the Tag League, or not the Tag League, we'll probably have the WMA 5 episode be uploaded around 4 or 5. That's Eastern time, so yeah, I guess that doesn't really matter, because you guys are going to see it at all different times, but yeah. Hopefully everything goes well with the rendering and whatnot, and we can upload this as soon as possible. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys for 1996. What a year. A New Year Giants series. We're going to have some big matches. Of course, we're going to see Chono and Muto versus the British Combat Club, but we still got Taue and Kobashi to kick off the year. A lot of big-time stuff happening, that is for sure. Hopefully another successful month. We're almost at 30K. We haven't made 3 million, but we still have to tax and get all that shit done. But hopefully everything goes well. Thank you all again, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.